How long were you in Scientology?
I was in the Hollywood Celebrity Center, and I was in there for about a year. It was kind of really, I was okay at first. I didn't know what I was getting myself into until I was going on into the program and finding out that we were all like robots. It was kind of like a robotic kind of a thing, and literally addicted to work. It was like 24-hour work, involvement in it. Also got to meet a lot of the celebrities that were there. I was in there with Lisa Marie Presley at the time. She was doing a thing called, they had a purification rundown, it was called. And what you would have to do is you would have to be in it, take these like vitamins and a lot of salt, and drink a lot of water, a lot of fluids, and sweat it out in the sauna. And basically your impurities would come out of your system, But it was totally, like I said, robotics. I mean, some of these people, they were like. In fact, I went to a convention, which was pretty scary for me. I've been to my first Scientology convention, and it was held at the LA Sports Arena, and it was huge. It was like over 5 million Scientologists in one place. And what really freaked me out was when the guy on the podium himself stood up and had everybody stand, and they were saying, "Hail Ron, Hail Ron, Hail Ron." It was kind of like Hitler all over again, which was like really scary. It frightened me. Evidently, they would not ever let me contact my parents. They would not let me involve myself with the outside world. I couldn't read newspapers. I was confined to an escort everywhere I went. It was really scary. Evidently, I had a chance to make a phone call one night to some friends, and what they did was they came in a van, okay, and literally kidnapped me and put me in a van and took me away from them. Because I was like almost totally gone. I was almost totally like one of them. And which really was scary too is that how these Scientologists treat their children, which was there's no warmth, there's no love. They believe in the medicine, like they don't believe in doctors. So what they believe in is the body healing itself. There was one incident where I seen a little girl. She couldn't have been no more than like 9 years old. The girl fell down the stairs, and the father just looked at the daughter like, "Well, get up, get up." There was like no love, like, "Oh, are you okay?" Pick up the girl and hold you. "Are you okay? Are you all right? Did you hurt yourself?" She was like scraped on the knee and stuff. She was crying. "Don't cry." He told her, "Don't cry. Concentrate. Close your eyes. Meditate on it. You will feel better. You will feel better." It was like no love. Scientologists has no emotions. That's what's really kind of scary. And it's like, it reminded me of the movie, The Body Snatchers. Remember that?
The pod people.
The pod people, yeah. And that's what it reminded me of. And I didn't know any better. I mean, it was my first time in Hollywood. And came there to look for like celebrity status and stuff like that. And I got involved in this group. But it's kind of scary.
Tell us about when you tried to get out. Were you harassed at all?
Yeah. I was marked, basically. I found out after a couple of weeks after I left that everywhere that I went, I was followed by a Scientologist. They would like search me out and find out where I was living, where I was working, and I would literally be stalked by a Scientologist. And which was really kind of like frightening at the moment. Also I was branded see, if you go out of their organization, you're branded automatically a spy. This is what they call you. They think that you like work for the National Enquirer or some kind of news media, because they hate news media. They don't like media attention. They don't like publicity at all, unless it's publicity for themselves, And it's really weird how I got involved in it. Was I took one of their tests, their IQ tests, and that's how they like led me into it, But I had to leave my home, my apartment. I had to disassociate myself from my friends, my family. It was
So now, were you a member of the Sea Org, or
Yes, the Sea Organization. Yes.
how long were you in?
I was in there for about a year.
And how did you get out eventually?
I made a phone call because I missed my sister, and me and my sister were like really close, and she was like really worried about me because there's been no letters to her. I tried writing letters, but I guess they intercepted them. They wouldn't mail them to her. You know, they just didn't want me to associate with them. You know, and she didn't like that. You know, and so many times she's tried to come to the Celebrity Center, which is located in Hollywood on Franklin, in near the Hollywood Hills area. And I eventually made a phone call. I got tired of it, and I didn't want to become what was becoming of me, because I realized I put myself in check. I go, this is not me. I'm not a robot. You know, I'm not going to be. And I found out they were being brainwashed. Basically, we're all being brainwashed.
How long before they quit stalking you?
2-3 weeks. When they found out that you know, I didn't want to be a part of them anymore, that they had no more hold on me. You know, they tried to extort money from me. You know, try to give me this like huge bill for all their like tests.
The freeloader.
Yeah, thank you. The tests. In fact, you know, it was really a trip that I should have noticed this coming into the program. When they made me sign the contract, right? They had this contract for $1 billion. Yeah, for $1 billion years. And I'm like, yeah, really? Like, this is like really going to stand up in court. $1 billion years, okay? But it should have, you know, clicked, but it didn't. And okay, well, I'll go along with it, blah, blah, blah.
How much was the freeloader bill that they talked you with?
Over 4,000 something.
I was going to say, we're
taking their courses, basically. They had me like do these like little clay models, right? And then I had to describe what I seen in clay. You know, like putting like little labels on these like little clay figures. And they got mad because if I was like really artistic at it, you know what I mean? You know, like really got like really artistic about it and like showed, you know, what they were trying to say. They would like, you know what? You don't have to be that artistic. All you have to do is like label them and show me exactly what it's supposed to be.
They want art, they want your cognition.
Pardon?
They wanted your cognition.
Absolutely.
Art.
Absolutely.
And your money.
They always wanted me to get in calm with them, which is a Scientology word for communication.
We
You
know
know,
that.
and if you weren't good, you know, if you were like bad, you would get sent to the ethics department. And the ethics department was this guru who was like a counselor supposedly, and teach you etiquette, you know, on how to behave as a Scientologist. You know, he'd make you like write like 100 words or 100 sentences, you know, that you shouldn't be doing. It was a big mess. But I got to meet Lisa Marie Presley, which is cool. I got to be friends
How did you
with her.
like the uniform?
I don't like it. It was kind of like really yuck. You know, I mean, it was like I felt like I was a clone. YMCA. It was kind of weird, you know. And then another thing that really spooked me was that they honestly think that this guy L. Ron Hubbard was alive, and they treated him as that he was like a god. You know, don't you dare mention Jesus Christ. You mention Jesus Christ, that's it. You've done it. You know, they had this office always set up for him, to where people would write him letters, and supposedly they would get answers back. Okay. Yeah. And this guy's like supposedly like on a ship somewhere, like undislocated location. Nobody knows where the heck he is.
What year was this? Because he died in, what, 86?
Yeah, I was God. It was before 86.
So he may have been lurking on a ship somewhere.
Somewhere unknown.
Probably
Yeah, he
in
was
the
in the
desert,
desert.
dying.
Oh,
I think he was having
drugs
like
and dying.
dinner with George Lucas and who knows. You know. But yeah, it was a weird kind of feeling. You know. I'm glad I'm not a part of that.
Well, we're glad you're
I'm glad to have met some of the people that I met through it, which was pretty cool. 'Cause I'm still friends with Lisa Marie, which is pretty cool. You know, I write to her back and forth, and she, oh, I don't think you're a spy and all that. And the only reason why that she's in it is because Priscilla is making her go through it. You know, and Priscilla was saying, I remember talking to Priscilla. She said, you know, if Elvis was alive, that Elvis would still would be a Scientologist. today. And I go, yeah, right. He probably returned home his grave. Okay. Alrighty.